All right, hey, welcome to today's preview show. I'm Allen Brown, the host, and today we have Kip Kelley, the superintendent of the parks. Hey,
Good morning,
Kip.
Alan.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to talk a lot about the parks, and we're going to go to the dogs a little bit today, right?
That's a big topic.
That's right. So just tell a little bit about the department that you have, how many employees, what all do you take care of?
We have 6 parks that are scattered throughout the city. We have 4 full-time employees, 3 summer help. We take care of approximately 140 acres of land to have to maintain, and then several buildings and playgrounds that we maintain.
I think that's kind of some things that people don't understand exactly how many acres we have that are considered, under the Parks Department. And you also take care of the pool, which is
Right.
one of the things. And, during the summer, that really keeps everybody hopping. Good thing we got some good people in place to help run that during the summer, so you don't have to worry as much about it. But
Exactly.
you just got to worry about everybody mow the grass.
Mow it and take care of the chemicals.
One thing I thought was interesting was that there's that little patch of grass there by the old Moose Lodge.
Yes.
I never really knew that was there or existed or what it was until I got involved with the city a little bit more. And tell me a little bit about what that little square is, because a lot of people it's on what is it, Second?
Southeast Second and Highland Avenue. Yes, it's actually a war memorial. There was a gentleman that was locally that was back in, I think, the Revolutionary War. The family owned that lot. He got killed in battle. They brought him back here and buried him there.
It's a wild story.
It's a one plot.
That's pretty amazing, and we have this kind of a hidden gem right here in Washington.
Right.
That a
Got
lot
a
of
big
people
stone.
probably don't know about.
Right.
So if you get a chance, go up there and pay your respects to a great war hero. So, all right. So again, let's talk a little bit more about the other parks. What all parks do we have that are under your preview?
Okay, we have, as I said, we have 6. We have East Side Park, which is located on the east side of town on Northeast 21st Street. We have South Park, that is located south of town on Highway 57 South. We have the War Monument that's on 2nd and Highland Avenue. We have the swimming pool, which is on Bedford Road. We have Longfellow Park, which is in the west side it's on Longfellow Drive. And then we have the sports complex that's on Edwardsport.
Okay, a lot of mowing.
Yes.
But
a lot of land.
Really over the past few years, we've been seeing a lot of improvements at all the parks. Let's talk a little bit about Longfellow and what improvements we've done over there in the past couple of years.
Longfellow last couple of years, we wanted a new walk trail, so we put the walk trail down there. It's nice and flat for some of your elderly or people that don't like the hills of East Side Park. It's flat. We do have exercise equipment there. I believe there's 12 different stations there that you can exercise while you're there. We've renovated the restroom facility, and then this year we have planned for a new playground down there.
That's awesome.
And also new basketball courts were built, full court.
And the playground, a lot of support there from, go ahead and how we're going to pay for that.
The United Way has partnered
Awesome.
with us. They had somebody that had some money left over when they passed away. They donated it and they wanted it to go to something for the children. So they approached me, and luckily we had a program in line, and they jumped on board and have funded the whole thing.
Awesome. That is amazing.
Yes.
United Way. Thank you, and thank you to the family that made that donation to them to allow us to better our parks in all parts of our city. So then let's talk about why we're here, okay? And we've improved, every place. We got new playgrounds pretty much everywhere. We're going to have one at Longfellow, South Park. You put a new playground, but what are we here to talk about today? What do we think we're going to try to do?
We are trying to establish a dog park. I think it's something that we need in the community. I do not have a dog that I would take there, but it's going to be located at South Park is where we're really wanting to do it.
I think we have a special guest here to help convey to everybody why we need this dog park. This is Arlo. He's my grand puppy, but we're going to keep him happy by feeding him some treats. But he's got a lot of energy, and dog parks, they'll work off some of this energy, right?
Right. We're hoping to have 2 separate parts of the park, the dog parks, one for the smaller dogs and some for the bigger dogs. But I'm really needing the public's help. to come out and let me know what you would like to see in this park. I don't know what people would want for their animals. I mean, we can fence it in, have an open area, but you know, other people, other places, Jasper's got one, Vincent's has got one, and they've got a little bit of agility courses that they put in. So, you know, I want this to be something for the public of what they're going to use and not what I want.
That's some of the things after my last preview meeting, I asked for people to kind of reach out to me or to you, and some people did reach out, and I know that my son, his girlfriend with Arlo, they play at a lot of different dog parks around other communities, and kind of give some ideas about probably some of the same things you heard, some type of drinking fountain that's low for dogs,
Right.
and you know, the separate area, that was a big thing, to have the smaller dogs away from the larger dogs, something to get rid of the waste, because you know, if we're going to have it, let's try to take care of it, and that includes what you bring, you take with you.
Cleaning up after,
'Cause
correct.
that's going to be a big deal to make sure that you clean up after your pups and your dogs. But okay, so where at exactly at the park are we looking at trying to do this?
Looking at South Park, and as you come in off of Highway 57, you got the grass area there with about four shade trees. And that's a big thing that I have researched, that you got to have shade in these places for the
Right.
animals. So we're looking, as soon as you pull off the highway, right there on the left hand, basically where the old playground used to set, in that area right there. And we're going to take out the big baseball field that's never used and reuse that fence and reconfigure it in
The one at the
shaded.
back side, or the one that's right there on the highway?
Right on the highway.
Oh, right on the highway,
yes.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that'll be there, and you're talking about two different areas, so that's a good thing for all the dogs. And but okay, so there's a park board meeting you kind of mentioned that, didn't you?
Yes,
It's coming up?
there's a park board meeting coming up. It is March 18th, 7 o'clock at the council chambers. It's pretty much an open forum meeting. If you've got any ideas, concerns, or anything with this, yes or a no. If you're a no, show up too. I mean, we want to hear
Right.
the pluses and the negatives of it. So we would love to have a full house.
I think that'd be a great way to convey your support for it, or if you do have concerns with it, I mean, we want to hear those too. So, I mean, show up to the meeting, let it be heard, and put some good thought into it so that we can make sure that this is a great place for these little puppies like Arlo to go and run off some energy. So, one thing too on the dog park, hours-wise, what do you think that you would be open? Kind of.
Dusted on.
Okay, kind of just like
yeah,
any other park. 'Cause
right,
That's what our hours are at every park, right?
Right. Well, no, 11 o'clock at the other parks.
Okay.
But I've researched back as Jasper, Vincent's, Princeton, and it's dusted on. Don't want people in there after dark.
So don't- yeah.
It's not going to be a lidded area.
Okay.
So yeah, people have concerns. I've heard feedback of it of a no because of parvo and this. You won't be able to come and go into this area without being going to somewhere to get a tag, basically. So we know that your dog's been brought up to the shots, nothing's wrong with it. It's going to be, what we're looking at is a gate that is locked, that you will either have a code or you'll have a card that will unlock it.
Okay.
Your dog will have a tag on it showing that you have been out.
Tired of waiting on me.
You have been out and shown the proper paperwork. And the other negative we've heard was about dogs biting another dog or a person. If you have an animal that bites, don't bring it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there will be a waiver signed that will hold the dog owner totally 100% responsible if it does bite somebody.
You gotta be responsible for your dogs no matter where you're at too.
Right.
So I mean, you know,
Right.
it doesn't, not just a dog park, you know, anywhere you're at, you're responsible for that dog. And inside the dog park, leashes or not leashes? Will they be able
No,
to
it'd
go-
be off leash. It's
Off leash,
that's
okay.
most your dog parks that are fenced in are
Right.
an off leash
Yep, had someone ask me
park.
that, so I thought I'd ask it.
You know, that's, if you're gonna leash it, you might as well just have it at home.
Might
you
as
know,
well walk it around the park.
Right. So yeah, off leash, and hopefully we have some equipment in there for them, some tunnels or something, some bridges to go across or something like that.
Yep, I think that would be a good thing. Anything else about the dog park before we get into some other things?
No, I think that should be. I'd just like to see a full house at the meeting.
Okay. All right, Arlo, tell them bye. All right, our special guest is going to go away there, and here's his treats. All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, the park again. I think we had a conversation a while back, and I talked a little bit about how many cars go through the East Side Park during Christmas. I kind of skipped that a little bit.
Yeah, you skipped that one, but we can go back
Let's
to that.
let's talk about that a little bit before we get out of here.
We did do a count. We did it for a week, and we averaged a little over 4,000 cars in a week. And that is mainly from about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock within that time span was our main traffic flow.
Okay, that's amazing.
We hang roughly 75,000 Christmas lights on the trees, and then we have several displays throughout the park.
And it seems like every year you're adding something new.
Every year we try to add something new.
I mean,
correct?
I have to go through there and I get to, I didn't see that last year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a great thing, and I think it brings a lot of visitors to the community. We have beautiful parks, but that's one thing that people do say, that our Christmas display is amazing.
It brings a lot of people from out of town even just to come and see them, and it's free. So, I mean, most places charge for that.
Yeah. That's one of the great things. And our Parks Department is something for a quality of life, that we want to make sure that our citizens have great parks and great things to maybe do with their families. And that's one way to do it, and that's one thing that the city does to give back, along with the pool, too.
Correct, yes.
So, we talked about going to the meeting. Let's talk a little bit about, let's say that I was somebody and maybe I wanted to donate to this dog park and give a little money to it. How can I do that?
The clerk treasurer's department down at City Hall would take your donations for that. Just let them know what it's for. We can error mark it where that's what it's used for, not used for anything else. We would love to have some donations for that. We've got some money that the city has set back in my budget. The more we can get, the more we can have.
And that's what I think maybe most people don't understand, that I can go donate to the park. We have a lot of people that donate to the park, and it's been a great vehicle to be able to funnel some little extra money that we don't have in the budget to do extra things.
Right.
And just make the parks that much better for everybody to enjoy. So if someone wants to give more comments, maybe they don't have time, they can't make it to the meeting, the park board meeting, is there a way that they can actually give you some comments?
They can call my office at 812-254-6010, or they can email me, and this is a long one. It is parksuperintendent@washingtonin.us.
Okay, so if you have any comments or concerns or questions that you want to convey to Kip, that he can actually bring to the meeting if you aren't able to make it. But if you can make it, let's fill that room up and show your support for my dog park.
Right.
I think I'm going to see if I have the agenda. I didn't get it before.
Well, while you're looking for that, I'm going to go over
Go for
the 2020 events that we have on the schedule for this year. Easter egg hunt is April 7th at 5:30 at Eastside Park. Food Truck Tuesday will be starting June 2nd at 5 o'clock at Eastside Park, and will run every Tuesday through August. Youth Fishing Tournament is June 6th at 7 o'clock at Eastside Park. July 4th celebration is the 2nd through the 4th. And we got the Back to School Bash August 1st at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we'll run till 3 o'clock at Eastside Park. 20th Century Chevy Car Cruise and Show is September 19th and 20th at Eastside Park. We're going to do something new this year, but we don't have a date yet or kind of what it's going to be, but it's going to be something in like a trunk or treat.
Okay.
Safe stop deal this year. Probably be at one of our other parks. We're trying to get some things at our other parks to do. And then we have the Christmas in the Park, December 8th and 17th at 6 o'clock at the community building. And that's free carriage rides, hot chocolate, coffee, cookies. Come and see Santa. I know it's early, but it'll be here before we know it.
That's right. Okay, and there'll probably be some more things, activities probably that'll mix in there as the time goes on. Debbie did send those to me, but my phone will not open them, so that's sad to say. Because Debbie's usually she's always on the ball, and my phone is not. So it may be because we're in the school building here, it doesn't like me using my cell phone maybe, I don't know. But we do have a public hearing for something that day. Oh, hey, I think it's going to come up here. Maybe they're working on it, it says. So Again, Monday night, 6:30 p.m., tune in to WHSH. If you're looking at us right now, you found us. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that little bell so that you can be notified when we go live. But in that meeting, we'll be talking about some stuff. Oh, here we go. Here's the city council meeting. Okay, so all the regular beginning of this stuff, and then Bryant Niehoff, who's the Davis County Economic Development Director, he's going to give the annual report to us that night. We're going to talk about a resolution with transfer of funds in the mayor's budget, introduction of ordinance authorizing additional appropriations, and that's just to pay for the police vehicles that were ordered. I think they've got some of them in. I think I saw the Dodges.
We got 4 of them,
Yep.
yes.
So, and that's it for the city council meeting. Let's look at the Board of Public Works, if we can get that one to open. Yeah, I just love technology when it works.
Need to be on the school's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know. So, okay, so we did that, talked about that. I don't think it's going to come up, but you've got the city council meeting agenda. Maybe in the bottom of the comments, maybe I'll post the Board of Works. Again, I'd like to thank Kip, for coming in. I think Kip will probably be a regular person, kind of like Brian with the streets. So much stuff goes on with the Parks Department. We may have him back. We'll probably definitely have him back before Food Truck Tuesday, kind of promote that a little bit, what's going to go on with Food Truck Tuesday. I've had a lot of people ask me. I've had food vendors call me about it, so I think it's going to be an exciting year.
I think it's going to be exciting and a bigger year.
Right. So I think if we can we'll get you more information as we get closer to that one, so we'll have Kip back. I'm sure he'll want to come back, or
Love
maybe
to come back, Alan.
or maybe send Eddie. He loves to get in
maybe
front of
Eddie
Eddie.
can do the next one.
That's right. So he's going to be kind of a regular on this, and I do think my Board of Works came up. Let me see. This is what we go live, and we have fun doing this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it looks like they're going to do an agreement with Baker Tilly on continuing disclosure. So that's just a disclosure thing, and then award the bid for the structures, the premises known as 303 State Road 57. They opened those bids last time. Now they're going to award it for tearing down that structure. Open bids received for demolition and removal of all structure premises known at 1705 North Street in Washington. So that was advertised 221, 228. They're going to be opening those bids. Open quotes received for the 2020 sidewalk and curb replacement program and general concrete work for the city of Washington. That sidewalk and curb program has just become
It's an awesome program.
It's
a lot of people are utilizing it.
and it's great.
Yes.
And it looks like here we're going to discuss an approval request by Kip Kelley. The Parks Superintendent for a one-way traveling south on 20th Century Drive at 4H to 4H Way. So
Yeah, and the street's only 12 foot wide. It's not enough room for 2 cars.
I've
They
always
get off
thought
the
that,
side of
yeah.
the road. They drag their car
Yep.
on the side. So it's time to just make that a one-way and make traffic flow a little bit better.
And discussion approval salary position changes in the fire, water, and parks department. Okay.
Yep, we got a gentleman that's leaving, and we got a gentleman who's going to step up and be the heavy equipment
All right.
operator.
So that's the 2 meetings for Monday night. Again, tune in to WHSH broadcasting on YouTube. I want to thank the Washington Community Schools, as I always do, because it's a great place. Kip came in here, but is this your first time in
This
here?
first time in here. It's pretty impressive of what they got.
It's very right here in our own community, and our school has a great facility for this. Thank the WHSH radio and TV class, teachers Dwayne Shake and Angela Barnard, and then also JJ, who runs the board back there, and also Kendra, who brought in our special guest, Arlo. We got to thank Arlo for being here, and he did pretty good.
Yes, he did
shed a
well.
little bit on me, but
Little mess.
yeah, if we give him some treats, he stays good. So again, Kip, thanks for being our
Well,
guest
thank
today.
you for coming, having me, and hope to come back.
Our next live preview show is March the 19th, my wife's birthday, 10 a.m. We're going to have the mayor finally. We've been trying to get him on since we started. We wanted him to be the first guest, but he is now officially confirmed and in his calendar to be here on March the 19th at 10 a.m. We're going to talk about his first 2.5 months of being mayor and all the projects that the city's got going on. So until next time, I'm Allen Brown, and have a great day, Washington.